Brought to you by patreon.com/inspireddisorder and inspireddisorder.com/Kindle.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Project Power, new action movie on Netflix starring Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, two actors that I am a fan of. I'm a big fan of both of these guys. They've been in great movies. There's also been a lot of great action movies hitting Netflix, like Extraction was great. Old Guard was pretty good. Even the Six Underground, the Michael Bay action movie, that was a lot of fun as well. This movie, not so much. The premise of the movie is very interesting. There's a drug on the streets that turns some people into superheroes, or not superheroes, but gives them superpowers, let's say. And then for some people, it just makes them explode. So the premise of the movie is pretty interesting, but the execution of the movie is pretty horrible. A lot of over-the-top visuals, a lot of like drone shot kind of shots. The writing itself is not very good. The character that Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays like a cop, a detective, who's also addicted to this drug, who uses this drug, and it gives him a specific type of superpower, which it seems like it just makes him bulletproof, I guess, is the only real thing. Maybe stronger too, I guess. I don't know. Some of these superpowers that people get after taking this drug are kind of vague. Like, some of them, it just seems like, oh, they're just stronger. That's it. And then there's some where it's like they turn into a fireball, or they turn into like an ice person, or they get super bendy and stretchy. So there's some people that have like interesting superpowers, and then there's others that are just generically just stronger people. Invisibility was one of them. I don't know. It seems like this movie had the potential to be really fun. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a cop. There's a girl. What's her name? Dominique Fishback she's the drug dealer. She basically, here's the thing. Black people, black drug dealers who rap is kind of a weird lane, a kind of a weird trope to have this character have. I mean, the movie opens pretty much with her kind of rapping about this pill, and there's other scenes where she's like rapping. I don't know. It seemed like it's just like that seems like being a black drug dealer, having the ability to rap is like such a cliche kind of trope in not necessarily movies, but just popular culture. There's a lot of like rappers that pretended to be drug dealers, before they became rappers. I think like Jay-Z is one of the probably one of the more popular ones that pretends. I think Tupac as well. I think it's kind of just a general trope, a general kind of trend in hip hop that you have to have kind of a gritty backstory of drug selling. So her being the character that's what she does. She raps and she sells drugs. Not only she sell drugs, right? She's like poor also, which is, a lot of people who are poor sell drugs. People who are poor, they need money, and it's hard to get money if you're living in poverty. So selling drugs tends to be one of the go-to solutions. However, she also partakes in kind of more a suburban kid type of drug selling, where she's selling pills, which is way more of a suburban kid, like just a kid that lives and he's stealing his mom's or her mom's pharmaceuticals out of the medicine cabinet. That's kind of, and there's like a scene where she's going through her mom's pills, who like first off they can afford. There's like they have medical insurance at least. But then she's stealing these. She's stealing her mom's pills to make money to pay for her mom's medical bills. I don't know. The premise of that character, I don't understand how writers could come up with something like that. But anyway, I'm over it. And then Jamie Foxx plays a dad. He's trying to find his daughter who was kidnapped. And like he's supposed to be like the kind of, it is almost like referenced as being like the center of like what this drug was based off of. They don't really go into it, but it's kind of like different people are looking for different things. It's not really clear what's going on. The quote unquote bad guys of this, they're trying to sell the drug as like, I guess, a weapon. But the ways in which they're doing it like are bad. Just the bad guy, one of the bad guys who's like the sales guy for the bad people. Like one of the very first scenes, one of the very first moments of dialogue is like he's in the back of this like cargo truck, right? And he's, it's that scene where you got the people, the hooligans of the town, they're all in the parking lot kind of facing the opening to this big cargo truck, and the guy comes out, and his accent when he comes out sounds like what's his name, Jean Reno from Professional. He sounds like he has like a French accent, but then he goes into like kind of a southern twang, and then it kind of goes to just a generic American. It's just like all over the place. This guy's accents are like it's like the dude who played Split. Like just it changes every other word. Seems like he's dipping into a different accent, which just was bad. It almost felt like the whole thing was dubbed, but it wasn't. It's just kind of weird to see like huge actors like Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt in a movie that's kind of this bad. It's really not a good movie. It was like confusing. I was lost. I was detached. I just didn't care. There's a scene where Joseph Gordon-Levitt like sneaks into Dominique's mom's house and is pretending to take a shower because some guys show up to interrogate her to try and find the pills that she stole of these. And the pills are like weird. They're like mechanical. It's not like it's like you have to twist a thing, and then it's almost like it makes that noise like a flash warming up or something like that. It's just every part of this movie is like, I don't understand the choices. They had a really interesting premise. I wish they had focused more on just making interesting characters with these superpowers. But even that, like the fire guy, there was a fight with Jamie Foxx and this fire guy, and like a chase kind of through an apartment building, which was just bad. It was bad. There's like he's like, it ends with him trapping him in like a bathtub of water, and you're seeing like glimpses of his face in like this chaotic shot, which is repeated later when the bad guys are trying to sell this product to these other elites or whatever, I don't know. And there's a lady that gets put into like this glass enclosure, and she's given one of the pills, and it's a pill that her superpower apparently is that she turns into ice, and she can like freeze things by touching it. But because of that, they have to keep the thing warm for some reason. Like, first off, they knew what her power was going to be, and second off, like, you need to counteract the fact that she's freezing with a warmer room. But there's an action scene that happens outside of the room where it's like the camera is inside the room, and she's like falling, and like because like the heater turns off, and she's like slowly freezing to death while this action scene is taking place. But you can't really see the action scene that much because the glass is frosted, and like you can only see glimpses of what's going on. And it's very similar to that early fire fight scene. It's just very like The visuals in this movie seem to have been the most important thing. Like the acting, the writing, performances, premises, characters, none of that really. It's just like we need like this cool drone shot that like, and everything's like super angled. It just so much of it I hated. It was nice to see one of the bad guys, Tate Fletcher, former UFC fighter, former guest on an old podcast of mine, the Inspired Disorder podcast. He is a professional stunt guy, but he actually had some acting in this. He was actually one of the bad guys, and he took a pill, and of course the pill just made him stronger. Didn't really do anything else. There's one guy who took a pill and he turns into like this Hulk kind of guy. Like there's aspects of it where it's like, oh, that's interesting. Because the idea of it is interesting of like, oh, you take this pill, it gives you superpowers. But it's just wasted. It's just so wasted. It seems like two movies kind of smashed together. And overall disappointing. Not looking forward to whatever these directors. And it was a director team, which is weird. But yeah, I would not recommend it, but you never know. Project Power. There's, I guess, visual-wise, it's interesting, but so much of it is not a fan at all. Go sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. There you can binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free. That's right, binge all 7 episodes without any ads. Do it now. Sign up, patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. Other benefits include saving money on the many faces, downloading Photoshops, and so many more things to come. So go sign up now, only $3 a month, patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. Also, if you're into reading, specifically reading on a Kindle, sign up for Kindle Unlimited. Get a free trial when you go through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Kindle. That's KINDLE. That's where you get unlimited reading, unlimited listening on any device through Kindle. Get Kindle Unlimited when you sign up through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Kindle. Sign up, get a free trial, get your reading on, get your audiobook listening on. It's a great service. Highly recommend it. Check it out now, inspireddisorder.com/Kindle, KINDLE. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com and follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!